Welcome to the Lone Wolf, independent journalist. Ooh, the pollen in the air is messing me up in Minnesota. So if you're in Minnesota, Minneapolis, the Twin Cities area, make sure you got some antihistamine on hand. Whatever flavors your brand, go for it. But we're taking a look at the upcoming game. Here's Game 6 today. 7:30 tip-off down at the Target Center, and I just want to take a look at what I'm calling the blender. You know, we got a very talented team, and when you're looking at the setup here, this is a basic basketball setup that we do run, but this would be, I call it the blender, because no matter what any defense in the NBA does, they're leaving people open for a shot in this setup here. Depending on what you want to do, you could have Conley run over here and do a screen and a handoff. Look, that would open up this down here. No matter where they are, if they're set in a zone, they're where do you go? You got Cat who can shoot a three. Gobert down here can do he can do a little bit. We're talking like 14 points is a high point for Gobert. He's like the fifth option, right? So you got Conley, Ant, Cat, and McDaniels, all who can hit a three on the perimeter. To dive in and slice this up, you just have this play up here between Conley and Ant. And this is where Mike comes in so important, because he can see the floor. We have a young point guard on the bench who is very undersized, but he sees the floor as well. And it's J-Mac. So J-Mac could run this offensive set no problem. Then over here you put what do you want to do? You have to put Nas over here. Nas is over here. So then we need a center, a rim protector to come in for Gobert, and that's kind of where we are running short. And not everybody's going to be Joker. Joker is Joker. He put a clinic on in Game 5. I'm not going to take that away. I mean, if we dive into it and take a look at the refs, yeah, we're going to see why Joker was able to put up those numbers. That's just the way it is. What makes Ant special with his run in the playoffs is he's not getting those calls. He's not. So when he throws 40 up on you, it's all pure will. Pure will. So you can flop this over here. You run it either direction. It's a real simple scheme. And then, so this is your starting five. This is the way you run it. When it comes to the bench play, you could have Slow-Mo down here as the rim protector. He's a defensive specialist where we expect, again, low point production, like 14 points. So it would make sense to put Slow-Mo down here. Nas over here. Nah right here. J-Mac right here. And then for shooting forward, whoever you want, really. I mean, we are loaded. We are loaded. The Timberwolves are a very loaded team. Very, very exceptional with their playmaking ability. So Game 6 tonight, this is hopefully what I see on the floor, is some kind of blender like this where we have our perimeters open and we're slicing and diving. It all depends on how the referees are going to call the game. I mean, there are millions of upset adult NBA fans across the United States right now, because the games have been called so poorly, and we know who they are. Let's call them out. Carl Lane, Scott Foster, and Tyler Ford. Those guys are on some next level, do what their master says. And when I say masters, it's coming out of Secaucus. And Secaucus is ran by who? Adam Silvers. So when fans are mad about the poor play calling, is it an accident? Is it? Or is there some truth behind the fact that small market teams, the NBA has a 1980s philosophy when it comes to small market, like they're not even factoring in the reach of the internet. And that is That's crazy. So this right here, the blender, if they run the blender tonight and they execute it, there's no team in the NBA that can stop this. There isn't. You can't. McDaniels can go up and hit shots from the elbow all day long. Gobert, like I said, can get in and cause problems down low. Cat, if you leave him open, he's going to hit you for that three, or he can drive in on you and get the two. Same with Ant. McDaniels can do the same thing. We got three driving specialists there in Cat, Ant, and McDaniels. And Conley, he can make his own shots. He can create his own shots. So I mean, this is the blender. All right, guys. So what do you think? Is the blender a good idea? We already run it. Is it the referees that are messing up so much of the playoffs in 2024? Do fans have a reason to be upset with the officiating of the 2024 playoffs? Go ahead and leave a message down below, comment, and we'll see you at Game 6.